shop.tcm.com or by calling 1-888-9-TCM-SHOP.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. Tonight we're taking a look at the early career of John Wayne. For the entire week, we're having back-to-back John Wayne movies, 24 hours a day, and joining me to give insights into Wayne's life and career is somebody who, with the cooperation of the Wayne family, has just written a definitive book on the Duke. He's Scott Hyman, and I want to welcome him back again. Welcome, Scott.
Thanks, Bob.
Now, so far in our look at early John Wayne, we've had him front and center in a series of B-budget pictures. Well, during that time, he was occasionally playing small parts in bigger budget movies. Next, we have an example of that. It's a pre-code classic Babyface from 1933, a major film starring Barbara Stanwyck and George Brent with John Wayne in a minuscule part, and one you'll miss altogether if you blink too much. But the movie, on its own terms, is well worth watching, certainly. Let's talk a little about how he got into this film. He did a lot of these, right?
After The Big Trail, and he's cast into darkness by Fox
Right.
and the major studios because he had this huge flop. He was delegated into two kinds of movies. He had tiny parts in major films and major parts in tiny films. Mm-hmm. This is one of the tiny parts in major films. This was done when he was making the series of 6 Schlesinger productions at Warner Brothers, Haunted Gold, Somewhere in Sonora, a couple films that we've already seen. He's around the lot. He was tossed a couple of these bits, basically almost as wallpaper, standing wallpaper. I think he might have 60 seconds in Babyface, certainly no more than 90. Basically, he was doing extra work.
Yeah.
Extra work.
He's very impressive in this movie, though, the way he looks.
Oh, sure.
Just his looks. But we also have to say that in those days, there were a lot of really good-looking guys around Hollywood, and a lot of good-looking girls around Hollywood.
You trip over him at the corner.
Yeah, so it didn't, even though he was very impressive, very tall. How tall was he?
He was 6'3 3/4".
So almost 6'4".
Yes.
And kind of a walking tree, and great looking. Mm-hmm. So you would think he would stand out, but in those days you didn't stand out so much because a lot of
his size made him stand out. There weren't a lot of people that were 6'4" in Hollywood in that era, or any place else. You know, Gary Cooper was extremely tall.
Right.
And after that, the pickings get a little thin. You know, a lot of the leading men were 5'9", 5'8", 5'9". And that's not unusual. A lot of leading men today are 5'8" or 5'9".
So you suspect somebody maybe just saw him walking around the lot. They need a good-looking guy for this small part in the movie, and they picked him.
Absolutely. And he was getting paid, so let's use this kid, Duke.
Yeah. I once had an interview with Barbara Stanwyck, and she said the one regret in her career was that she never got to make a movie with John Wayne, except
they would
this
have been
one.
great together.
And she, of course, loved Westerns, and she would have fit right in. And she was always disappointed he didn't ask her to be in one of his films.
Well, they both struck sparks.
Yeah.
They would both strike sparks.
Yeah.
You know, and when you get two people like that.
And they're right age for each other.
Yeah.
It would have been a good combo.
Yeah.
Well, let's see the film. Here it is from Warner Brothers, 1933, one of the controversial films of its time, certainly. Audiences loved it, movie censors did not. Here, directed by Alfred Green, Babyface.